Hi, welcome back. We're talking about body dysmorphia. Before you heard what OSPED was, what was AFRID, then you heard about what guys go through, the young teenagers. Thanks to TV and everything else, we have more to deal with youngsters, and it's not their fault. They came to a world where there was a lot of trauma for them. COVID was not easy. They had to wash their hands, they had to wear a mask. They were the reason that was spreading, and all of a sudden, they were getting sick too, and no one's paying attention to them. So they saw a lot of loved ones get hurt also, and the economy's not helping, so we have to help them. Let's rebuild it together, okay? Sarah Doyle says it's best to give love, kindness, compassion. Look in the mirror and say, I love me too. So look in the mirror, and every day you gotta say, I love me too. Convince yourself that. Focus not on the body, but give time and energy to change the world. Pursuit of happiness is finding humbleness and humility. You are not a greedy or a loser, so do not punish yourself. Rebuild your society to do good, to give back to universe. Dare to love your temple, which was given by your Creator as a gift. Say to yourself, my Creator has an unconditional love for me. I am loved. I am not foolish. I am wanted. I must live. I cannot die. So I have unconditional love to give to others. Fill your mind with projects to rebuild the world, not others. Make psychological sunshine. Then you don't have to time or brain space for unhealthy comments. So basically, keep yourself very busy with lots of projects, right? That'll help it. Dismiss the trauma commenter in your mind so that it turns only to an incident. So when an incident happens, there are two ways it can go. It can go into a good memory or a negative memory. Either way, you're going to build neurons. So you have a choice to convert a negative neuron memory back to just nothing. It's your choice. If you have no shame attached to that trigger person, then the body sensations change. Then make brain images about the person and image over the negative commenter. Then this won't develop neurons to make a trauma memory. The trauma commenter wants to bully you and shame you so that you don't let them control, you let them control your thinking. The brain space in yours is yours to change regardless of physical or mental trauma. Pretend comments don't affect you. There is no perfect job, no perfect vacation, no perfect relationship, and no perfect body. Look after yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. Change your thinking about beliefs about success. Real beauty is values, characters, good moral. Look in the mirror and list 5 things you love about yourself. Empower yourself and fill with hope. Make a gratitude list. Do self-care. Refuse to ruin the day. 52% of the teenagers go through cyberbullying and hate trolling. Empower kids to change negative situations to do positive impact on perceptions. Learn self-care practice, and since your body is the temple. If you witness others being torn down, help rebuild them up. It will empower neurons to change and make more connections for creativity. Learn from therapists how to use, psychotherapists can teach you, how to use EMDR therapy to change PTSD of trauma. Eye movement desensitization reprocessing works when you talk about your trauma out loud while horizontally tracking objects. There are 8 phases of it, but person must be willing to go through with it depending on trauma. All people cannot talk about everything. I respect that personally. Tapping is excellent. The psychologist will teach you how to do that. Neurons in brain are activated as if they are actually doing it. Always put positive thoughts. Neurons are capable of changing. They can hotwire the trauma memory to a regular memory. It is like adding a new program in a computer. They are upgrading it, basically. When you put a new thought into that old thought, you're doing a change. Music helps people with stroke. I'm able to walk with them with the rhythm where they can change their stepping length or a certain muscle easily when I use music. Even with Parkinson's, I use music to get them to increase their step length. I would use the rhythm of the music. Depending on what kind of music, they change their walk. Even the beats make a difference in them. So walking is something that I recommend to people. It makes you distracted. Visualizing on other things will help you to take the stress of whatever trauma you're going through in daily trauma people, to get rid of the toxins and to rebuild nice fresh neurons to take over the next part of the world. Okay, I don't expect a person who never in their life to get up and go running in one day. So someone who has never walked, who has never ran, cannot do that. Cannot do 3 miles. They will hurt their muscles. So it's important to understand this trauma building has to be the same thing. Dissociation of negative thoughts happen only if you say out loud what you did to overcome. What every incident happened is deleted by a new neuron that show good outcome. So you need to put a positive thought or a positive perception to the trauma that happened and twist it around. It's a little bit of shift. So that way the paradigm will change in your brain or change your mindset to good. Brain cells are like computer. They can rebuild a memory, and our smart brain cells learn to rewire bad memory to positive approach. But you have to do it. You have to allow it. Many of the working force got burned out, be it police officers, nursing, teaching, janitor, social worker. Multiple trauma daily, and their multiple trauma may have been like a web between the neurons, and it is the best example to say they have to go for a walk. Going for slow walks for 2 hours helped during COVID to move the fluid, to get them distracted, to watch the nature around them, and help the systemic trauma or the chronic trauma to get away. It helps to focus on breathing in 5 seconds and blowing out 8 seconds, and reminding themselves what they have to forgive. So our brain stores neurons throughout our body. Self-harming is taught by psychologists how to remove, to make the amygdala react to a gentle hug and a massage. So remember who was kind to you, who was good to you, and remember who was, try to remember some projects. And this is what I make people do. So I keep their hands over here, and they gotta rub it down. As they're going slowly from their shoulders to their elbow, they gotta think of something good, all right? This hotwires your little amygdala that's in the brainstem. So do it again. And remember, like we did before, breathe in and breathe out, nice and tight. Very good. Another part that I do with them is the same movement. We think of 5 things that we see around us that is in red. So around me, there's a Christmas tree. I see all the red ornaments on it. I have a red couch. I have to keep looking around things that are red. So then after that, you're gonna look for 5 things that are gray. So, or green. The tree is green. So we can look 5 things around us while we're self-harming that are green, all right? So then you look around for 5 things that are gray, suppose, the curtains or something, okay? So do that. Another trick that I do is it helps, you have to put little Post-its. This is what I do. I leave a little Post-it with all the papers for me to read so that I empower myself. I say, I have to learn knowledge to be successful. Knowledge helps me to be very rich and financially to protect myself. I can buy my wants if I am very rich. Another one that I write for my children is, how can you build hope back in society to make it united? How can you build confidence in society to make it united? A reminder that I put for myself over here on the door before I leave: make $1,000 more and then invest in something. All right. There's one more sentence I'm going to read for you. It's my favorite thing that I read. It's by Bob Proctor. I attract wealth with ease. Abundance is my birthright. Everyday prosperity manifests in my life through divine grace. Okay? Behind it, I draw a big triangle and I put my wish on the very top, what I want, and on the bottom, what I want the world to be. Okay? That's living out of space. I don't know if with Mars it will ever happen, but we can live out of space. I believe in it. So, in me, I say I want to own 3 or 4 businesses. It's nothing wrong with saying out loud, okay? I want to make my own money and go back to college. I want my kids to pay off their college loans. I want to empower other people's kids to go back to college. So, little things, they're imaginary dreams or imaginary goals that help me to stay focused. Okay, I got to keep going. I got to do 2 more things. I have to stay alive. So it prevents my depression or anything that has a chance to bring when you have many multiple traumas to happening in your lives. I don't have any right now, just for the record, but just telling you, life is interesting as is. We have survived through this far, we can make it through. All right, hopefully this helped you. Look up EMDR, look up self-happening. Let's teach another person, another child to succeed, right? That's the most important thing. Oh, I forgot to read this part. So each child should have 3 things to look after. They should look after to protect. They should learn to be safe. They should learn to nurture. It will increase resilience factor in that child. Okay, when they become adults, they will be easily to give it to the next generation or the friends around them. You can teach a child to self-haven so that when they become adults, they will build another person while they're going through it. So, think of brain tricks that can help you to be stronger and resilient, and lean on bringing the whole community together. That will make you a little more stronger. All right, have a wonderful day. Let's research and help each other out. Bye.